Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Game, and a sub you may on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So y'all, before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, we're up, and let's go. No reason. Oh, here, take these paper scissors and, cut these pieces of paper into confetti. Sure, I'm glad to help. June scurries away to a corner and begins happily humming whilst working on his confetti paper. Wow, how oblivious can you be? You don't even trust him with a pair of plastic scissors. That's kind of harsh. I'm already worried enough about him being in the waiting staff as is. I don't need to give him something sharp to run around with. Looks like I'm not the only one treating him like a child. Yeah, he doesn't even notice it. Bless his heart, he's so pure and naive it hurts. Where's the rep, by the way? She took a few of the boys to run some errands about an hour ago. I think they went over to pick up the portable grills and burners. They should be back soon. Gotcha. So you only need me to help put together the paper lanterns and such. Yep, it should be easy enough even for you. Now hurry, we're already pretty late on schedule as is. I'm not even gonna bother asking what she means by that. By the way, if the lanterns needed to be put together, then couldn't we have just done this a few days ago and brought them already prepared just to hang around? We could have. But since I didn't know they'd be coming in parts, I only ordered them to be delivered today, so we just had to deal with it. This is starting to sound more and more like a problem with organization other than a lack of workers. One last question. Hadn't class rep washed her hands off the class organization after everyone shot down her idea for our theme? How come she's overseeing stuff now? I made her, duh! Huh, so the headstrong class rep was strong-armed into working on this? Hard to believe. And again, Kyoku certainly is pushy enough for me to believe it. Alright, stop wasting time now and get to work. Sure. I grab a pile of materials and walk up to June so I can at least work next to him. Oh, Yuichi-san, so you're gonna work after all? What do you mean by that? Isn't that why you brought me here in the first place? Sure, but I half expected you to find a way to weasel out of working. Come on, I'm not that bad. Don't think that way of me. Sorry, no can do. You're terrible. I look down at June's pile of confetti, curious to see how his handiwork is coming along. They don't look the best. Most of the confetto are misshapen in different sizes. Half of them don't even resemble confetti. I try to be optimistic about it, but all I can really see is ruined paper. Guess Kyoko was actually giving him too much credit after all. By the way, careful that you don't glue your fingers shut while putting those lanterns together. I'm not you. Huh? Don't worry about it. Hey, Yuichi-san? Yeah? You're not upset that I brought you here, are you? You're asking me this now. Shouldn't you have worried about it when you were yelling at me about it on the roof? Sorry about that, I kind of lost my temper. It's fine, I didn't really mind it. And to answer your question, no, I'm not upset at all. Why do you ask? I don't know, you didn't seem too happy to be here, so I kind of worried. You need to stop doing that. You worry too much. Okay, Neil, water time. Just telling me not to worry isn't going to make me worry any less. True, maybe I should smack you upside the head whilst repeating it over and over. Maybe that'll drive the idea home. I think I'm fine, thanks. Happy to help. Yeah, sure. By the way, did Nikanishi-san tell you what these confetti would be used for? Oh, she didn't mention. Maybe I should go ask her. No, I mean, why would you need to know? You just have to make them. I'm sure they're going to be used as part of the decor somewhere, so that makes it so what difference does it make? I guess you're right. I'm thankful that you believe me, but you're way too gullible, June. Now that I think about it, this is kind of boring. Why do you think I was skipping the work? I know, but it still needs to be done. Yeah, I just wish I could have let someone else do it. You can't keep doing that. It's worked out well for me so far. I've been skipping the prep work for the past 3 years. How did no one call you out on it before? They did. I just didn't care. I don't know whether I should be amazed or annoyed. Yeah, I know. I'm incredible, aren't I? Well, you certainly have a really high opinion of yourself, that's for sure. Not really, but it's nice to joke around like this every now and again. I make sure to carefully fold open the pieces of paper that I've been supplied with, silently cursing to myself that these are the kind that are put together with thin sticks of wood instead of wires. I've made paper lanterns a couple times before when I was a kid, but I've always worked with the ready-made wire ones that you only had to open and stick the wires inside. These ones actually have me folding and cutting paper. How many corners did Kyoko cut when ordering these? Did she have to go for the absolute cheapest ones? I'll make sure to give her a piece of my mind later. Ah, Yuichi-san, careful! Huh? You ripped this one when putting the sticks inside, look! Oh! I see a small tear at the bottom of the would-be lantern. While it didn't seem all that big, the more I manipulated the paper, the more it ripped open. Oh, this won't do. I can't use this one anymore. Yeah, this is really delicate stuff, so you need to handle it more carefully. Here, I'll show you. What? Before I can stop him, June grabs another lantern kit and begins putting it together. I'm shocked by just how quick he is at it. Doing short work of all the steps that I kept getting stuck on. He's gentle with his folds and precise with his cutting. I just watch him quietly for a few minutes until he has in front of me a perfectly put together lantern. Here you go, 1 paper lantern to order. Wow, June, you're really good at this. You went way faster than I could have. How did you do this? It's not really that hard. I used to play with origami a lot a few years ago to pass time when I was stuck at home. It was a good way to stay entertained. But if you're so good at this, then how come the confetti you're making are so bad? That's amazing. I mean, I totally didn't think you had it in you to do it. Huh? How come? The least said about it, the better. Oh, hey, this one came out looking pretty good. Nice job, Yuichi-kun. Second, yo. Water time. Actually, June was the one that made this one. Mine is the other one. I show her the ripped, mangled mess that I shoved into the corner. She stares at me in horror, her eyes darting from me to the lantern to June. Wait, you made that, and Kobayashi-kun made this beautiful one? June nods, not seeming to realize the cat's utter disbelief. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy to do. She continues to look at him as if she had just seen a ghost. She quietly eyes the pile of confetti June had been working on, and her expression turns grim for a second. Kyoko mutters a few words under her breath that I don't really catch before turning to look at me. Switch with him. Huh? Your work is no good. You work on the confetti and Kobayashi-kun can work on the lanterns. But I... She grabs the paper scissors from June's hand. Here, you'll need this. With the most neutral look on her face, she hands me those ridiculous-looking paper scissors. No, wait just a minute. Sorry, I gotta go check on the others now. Keep up the good work, Kobayashi-kun. Okay. Kyoko swiftly walks away, stopping by another group of people and checking in on their progress. Did I just get demoted? I clutched those endless paper scissors she handed to me, too shocked to react appropriately. Demoted? What do you mean? Forget I said anything. I pushed the pile of paper lantern kits towards June and grabbed a fresh batch of confetti paper to work on. I can't believe I'm being forced to use the paper scissors now! Just then the door opens and I hear the sounds of something being dragged around the floor along with a lot of panting and grunting. Class rep walks into the room, followed by an entourage, carrying a lot of heavy-looking equipment. Alright, be careful with this stuff. It's very expensive. We have no way of replacing it if we break it. Oh, and you there, put the propane tanks over here. The boys all do as they're told, with Ayoko directing them where to place things. They all carry stuff like gas tanks, burners, grills, and counters. Just thinking about how they carried all this up here to the 3rd floor is already making me feel sorry for their lot. Oh, Yuichi-kun, I didn't expect to see you here. No one did. He's still a flight risk, so I wouldn't take him for granted. Hey, I'm not a flight risk. Is that a pair of paper scissors you're using? She completely ignores me, her attention instead snapping to the unusual tool I have in my hand. Please ignore that. Uh-huh. She looks at me with confusion before her eyes snap to June and his lantern instead. Oh, that's a very pretty looking lantern here. Did you make it? Yeah, I got promoted from doing confetti. I see. That's really nice for you. Keep up the good work. Yes, ma'am. Wait, no, the propane tank doesn't go right next to the oven. Are you trying to set fire to the school? She seems to be busy as ever. Although the boys didn't seem all that happy to be the only ones carrying weight around here. Literally. That's a lot of cooking tools. I guess when class rep goes all out, she goes all out. Oh, look, isn't that Chef-kun? Once June's pointed out, I noticed Vic-kun leaning against a wall on the other side of the room, panting and wheezing next to a really heavy-looking grill. I guess he was part of class rep's equipment fetching entourage. Hey, Chef-kun! Blah! June shouts out, startling me, the fox and everyone else in the room. It doesn't help that he's waving his arms excitedly as if he were trying to signal for an airplane or something of the sorts. Second yell, water time. Jesus, keep it down! He's like 6 meters away from you. There's no need to shout. Oh, sorry. Vic-kun approaches us, looking between June and I in surprise. Hey, I didn't see you two here. To be honest, I didn't even expect to. Well, Yuichi-san is still kind of a flight Stop saying that! Are those papers... I am starting to get angry. But, alright, sorry. Yuichi-san, you can't just yell at people like that. If you say so. Anyway, what are you two doing here? Neither of you have been around to help much this past week. There wasn't much to do anyway. Just class meetings to decide on who'd be in charge of what. There's no need for me to be in those. You only say that because people can't delegate tasks to you if you're away. Precisely. See? I knew you'd understand me. Sure, whatever you say. Vic clears his throat loudly, snapping our attention back to him. Anyway, what I meant to say is that I wasn't expecting to see either of you here. How come you guys came over today? Well, they said I didn't really have to help with the organization. Actually, Kitsunagawa-san said I didn't really have to worry about participating in the festival, and that she gave me permission to just go around and enjoy the event. I wonder what that was about. Vicken laughs awkwardly, scratching the back of his neck and looking away. The reason should be plenty obvious to anyone who knows June, and yet he's already pleasantly surprised some of us. As for Yuichi-san, I just dragged him over here to help. Yeah, I'm being held against my will. Call the police. Sure. Still, it's good to see you two pitching in to help, too. Maybe that'll make things easier for the rest of us. And hopefully that means Yuichi can carry the heavy stuff instead of me. Sorry, not interested in throwing my back. That could hurt my chances in the next competition if I can't practice appropriately. Damn it. By the way, Shevkin, will you also be taking part in the class event, or will you only help with the organization? Nah, this is my first cultural festival in Japan. I want to go around visiting the stalls and absorb the atmosphere. I can't do that if I'm stuck inside the classroom. That makes sense, I suppose. Have you been able to go sightseeing yet? You've already been here for a month. He cracks a wide smile, nodding happily to my question. Yes, I have. In fact, just this Tuesday, I had Keisuke take me out to buy some things. I needed to see the sights. I needed to see the sights. By the way, did you know he has a bodyguard? He's this massive wolf named Alexander. He looks really scary, but he's a real nice guy. Wow. Kaken is a bodyguard? I mean, I know he's rich, but a bodyguard? I know, right? It was so incredibly cliched and stereotypical that I didn't even think of it actually being true. Man, knowing that what Kaken is like, I can't imagine him being happy about the idea. It's weird. He complained a lot about not wanting to bring the guy along, but they seemed to be really good friends when we met him. I wonder if I'll ever meet this bodyguard guy. A bodyguard sounds really cool. There you go. Oh, 1 second, y'all. It is, in fact, water time. Alright. Of course you'd say that. Either way, I had a lot of fun with them. After we left the sporting gear store, we went to the bathhouse. I'd never been to a Japanese bathhouse before. It was so cool. Bathhouse? I'm glad I wasn't there, because that's not the kind of place I like to be in. Really? Why is that? The nudity, of course. Don't casually naked bodies bother you guys any? They both stare at me with mild confusion, as if I were the weird one. What? Come on, June, just a few days ago I heard you complaining that you didn't like your dad walking around the house without clothes or not knocking before entering. True, but that's just because you don't expect to see people running around naked in the house or entering your room without asking. A bathhouse is a place where that sort of thing is the norm, so it doesn't bother me anyway. Yeah, I had a lot of fun there. It was nice learning about Japanese customs, and it kind of made me feel closer to the others. Plus, that Alex guy is built like a friggin' wall. I think he could fire a cannon at his chest and it wouldn't faze him. We are not having this conversation. They both shrug, looking at one another with what I can identify as pity in their eyes. Well, suit yourself. Yuichi-san, you're too much of a prude. I really don't need to be hearing this from you. I already get enough of it from Shuichi. Victor, would you mind coming over here for a second and giving me a hand? Classrep's voice calls out to the fox from the back of the room. He sighs, crestfallen. Please don't let it be something else to carry. Please don't let it be something else to carry. We watched him slowly walk away from us, seeming incredibly dispirited as he muttered those words to himself over and over like a mantra. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. And let me give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you to all of our bronze tier patrons. Thank you for everything you do in helping to support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to our silver tier patrons, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond the rest. We greatly appreciate it. And for our gold tier patron, Amr, you got a nice, awesome icon from L. I saw it. It was incredibly detailed. I loved it. I hope you love the icon. We appreciate all your support. Thank y'all so much. And if y'all want to be on the end credits, it's as little as $5. Subscribe to our Patreon. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.